Have you ever struggled with using the scale on your weight loss journey? Feeling like the scales dictates your emotional experience, or maybe have you felt that disappointing feeling of having done a really good job all week, making nothing but just really good choices you're proud of, and then you get on the scale and you feel, my weight went up. I worked so hard. It can be pretty challenging to keep going, right? Let's talk about what's happening in your mind. First, we need to make sure we're contextualizing the scale, putting it in its proper place. We're going to make sure we're putting things into perspective to see the bigger picture and not to get too caught up in the details. Remember, the scale is a measurement tool. It's like a tape measure that tells you how long something is. The sole purpose of a scale is to provide information regarding the weight of an object, what the weight of something is against the gravity. That doesn't tell you how that object looks. For example, a pound of feathers and a pound of bricks will appear very, very different, yet they both weigh the same thing. While it is commonly said that muscle weighs more than fat, the human body is composed of a lot more than just muscle and fat. And all the scale tells you is how heavy you are at that point in time. The other part of putting the scale in its place is you have to also remember what it's not doing. The scale is not telling you if you were committed to your goals. It doesn't tell you that. The scale is not an indicator of your level of effort or dedication. It does not reflect whether you have given your best effort or show up consistently this week. It doesn't tell you that. The scale doesn't tell you if you're serious about your goal or if you care about taking care of your body. The scale doesn't tell you that. The scale just tells you how heavy you are. The scale doesn't indicate whether today will be a simple or a challenging day for weight loss. It doesn't tell you all of those things. Now let's talk about what is happening in your mind. Well, I actually have a question. You do know that the scale doesn't talk to you, right? Like, if your scale is speaking to you and having conversations with you, you know you need to go and see a psychiatrist or a doctor. So we're in agreement that the scale is not in fact what's talking to you. What's talking to you is your own mind and your own thoughts. It's you. Yeah. You're having a conversation with yourself, and what's happening is you're getting on the scale and your mind is coming up with all these sort of stories, and it's adding the story to the scale. And pretty much you are emotionally reacting to the story that you told yourself. And listen, the mind is very capable of coming up with a very, very good story very quickly and then forgetting just as quickly as leaving behind the emotional reaction. So here's some advice to help you with the scale. 3 steps. Pause, reflect, proceed. Before you come up to the scale, I just simply want you to pause. And then I want you to reflect back on the efforts and all the things you have done before you came to this very moment of stepping on the scale. Decide and choose how you're going to feel. And I want you to feel that feeling independently of the number on the scale. And as part of this reflection, I want you to ask yourself if you're coming to this in hopes that it will alter your emotional state. Perhaps you want the scale to make you feel good. Tell yourself that you don't need that. You don't need anything to make you feel good, not even the scale. And that you can decide and choose how you feel. If you're proud of your efforts, then fantastic. Own it. Don't let the scale take that from you. And if you're not proud of your efforts and you probably didn't have a really good week, own that too. Don't let the scale take that from you either. Once you have chosen now how you're gonna feel, owning it fully, then proceed and get on the scale, go and look at the number, grab that piece of evidence, grab that information and put it with the rest. Never take that number in isolation, put it into context. Own your feelings, own your thoughts when you're standing on the scale. Don't let the scale take those over from you. If you can do that, you can turn the scale from a source of fear, anxiety, to a tool for growth. Pause, reflect, proceed. You're welcome.